Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire. नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्ठिकी. Hare Krishna. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 13th chapter, verse number 27. Uchiptavalah khachara kachorah sada vidhunvan खररोम शत्व खुराहताभ्र सितद्रंष्ट्रेक्षा ज्योतिर्बभासे भगवान महीध्र उच्छिप्तबाल खचर कठोर सटा विधुन्वन खररोम शत्व खुराहताभ्र सितद्रंष्ट इच्छा ज्योतिर्बभासे भगवान महीध्र उच्छिप्तबाल खचर कठोर सटा विधुन्वन खररोम शत्व खुराहताभ्र सितद्रंष्ट्रेच्छा ज्योतिर्बभासे भगवान महीध्र. Synonyms, translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Uchchiptavala, slashing with the tail. Khachara, in the sky. Kathora, very hard. Sata, hairs on the shoulder. Vidhunvan, quivering. Khara, sharp. Romashtvak, skin full of hairs. Khura, ahat, struck by hooves. Abhra, the clouds. Sita damshtra, white tusk. Ichha, glance. Jyoti, luminous. Babhase, began to emit an effulgence. Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead. Mahidra, the supporter of the world. Translation. Before entering the water to rescue the earth, Lord Boar flew in the sky, slashing his tail, his hard hairs quivering. His very glance was luminous, and he scattered the clouds in the sky with his hooves and his glittering white tusks. Purport. When the Lord is offered prayers by his devotees, his transcendental activities are described. Here are some of the transcendental features of Lord Boar. As the residents of the upper three planetary systems offered their prayers to Lord, it is understood that his body expanded throughout the sky, beginning with the topmost planet, Brahmaloka or Satyaloka. It is stated in Brahma Samhita that his eyes are the sun and the moon. Therefore, his very glance over the sky was as illuminating as the sun or the moon. The Lord is described herein as Mahidra, which means that a big mountain or the sustainer of the earth. In other words, the Lord's body was as big and hard as Himalayan mountains. Otherwise, how was it possible that he kept the entire earth on the support of his white tusks? The poet Jayadev, a great devotee of the Lord, has sung of the incident in his prayers for the incarnations. Vasati darshana shikhare dharani tav lagna Shashini kalanka kalev nimagna Keshavadreta Shukare Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hare. All glories to Lord Keshava, Krishna, who appeared as the boar. The earth was held between his tusks, which appeared like the scars on the moon. We'll say the Mangalacharan. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshunmiltam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Shri Chaitanya Manovistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नित्यानंद अवधूतेन्द्र वसुत प्राण वल्लभ दानव जीवितपति कृष्ण प्रेम प्रभु मावतीर्थ श्रीमान सचिनंदन पूर्वज भावन मुक्त जगत त्राता रक्त गौर कलेवरः नमो नमो अनिरुद्धाय ऋषिकेश इंद्रियात्मने नमः परमहंसाय पूर्णाय निवृत्तात्मने स्वर्गपर्ग द्वाराय नित्यं शुचि सदे नमः नमः हिरण्यवीर्याय चातुर्होत्राय तन्तवे Hare Krishna. First of all, I'd like to pay my humble obeisances to all the assembled Vaishnavas, seek their blessing. I'd like to seek special blessing of Madhupati Prabhu for giving me this opportunity, engaging me in this service, so that I can do some Shastra reading and purify my heart. We are reading discussion between Maitreya Muni and Mahatma Vidur. And as part of that, we have come so far where Mahatma Vidur is inquiring to Maitreya Muni that please tell me about the pastimes about the Swambhu Manu. And he started with that. And in that discussion, now Lord Brahma is describing that appearance of Lord Boar, Shukara Roop avatar. Now, first of all, we'd like to understand that why it is important to read about the appearance and the work of Lord. Okay, it's very important because Lord Krishna says to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita that Janma Karma Chame Divyam Yume Veti Tatvatah Tyaktva Deham Punarjanma Neti Mameti Shor. Those who know about this tattva, the janma and karma of the Lord, will not come back. If they know and understand this tattva, after giving up this body, they will not come back to this. They'll not actually take birth on this planet. Okay? They'll go back to God. Okay. So that's why it's very important that we understand this. Okay. Now, the next consideration comes that in this particular shloka, it is being said that before Lord Boer actually rescued the earth, before he entered into the water to rescue and fetch the earth. So we have to understand why did earth, we have to know the background on why did earth go into the at the bottom, where did it go, you know? And if we if we try to understand that part and what are the sequence of events which caused that, we have to take a step back and then understand that these are actually the pastimes of the Lord. Uh, and it actually starts with, the uh, curse given by four Kumaras to the Jay and Vijay. Okay. They were the four Kumaras, sons of Lord Brahma. They were going to the Vaikuntha planet, and they had this intense desire to have darshan of Sri Hari. But when they wanted to enter at that time, Jay and Vijay, thinking of them as just boys, stopped them. And when they stopped, the boys obviously, they are uh, they are they did not have any anger, but because of the uh, impetus from the Lord resided in the heart, they cursed the two gatekeepers, saying that, how can you stop? Okay, your behavior is of the people from the material world, so you go back and then serve your time there, get purified, and then come back. You're not fit for this Vaikuntha planet. How can you come between a devotee and the Lord? Now, hearing all this, Krishna comes. We all know this pastime, but as Krishna says that, when devotees are together, they just bodhyantas parasparam tushyanti cha ramanti cha, machita madgat prana. So we actually, these stories are so sweet and so wonderful that hearing them again and again we relish, so that's why I'm just going through that kind of revising. I don't think uh, anyone here is not aware of these stories. So after that, Lord comes, and of course he gives, the four Kumaras come back to their senses, um, but um, whatever they have said, Krishna has already approved it, so that's going to happen. And Lord Krishna gives for Jay and Vijay option that, okay, you can be there for 7 lifetimes as favorable towards me, or you can be there just for 3 lifetimes, and you will be actually uh, unfavorable, you'll be demonic, in nature. uh, and they accepted the 3 lifetimes just because they could not imagine to be away from Lord for 7 lifetimes. So that's what was granted, and then this is the first birth of them, after this, which happens, where Lord um Shukar Rupa is coming to kill the very first demon. Okay, now how does that happen? Says that, um, Kashyap Muni's wife, Diti, she saw that, her other co-wives are having kids, especially Aditi, and then they are all the Adityas, Devatas, and she also wanted to have kids. So she approached Kashyap Muni, but at a wrong time, and because of that, now Kashyap Muni could not turn her down, and because of that, she conceives um, you know, these um, two souls, which are, again, the Jay and Vijay, in the form of Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. Okay. And right at that time, Kashyap Muni informs her that these are going to be souls who are going to be demonic, and she starts crying, and then she asks for forgiveness. Um, and in that process, then Kashyap Muni informs her that, but they will be slayed by Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself, and that gives her some solace, some comfort that my uh, kids will come in touch with Supreme Personality of Godhead and will be annihilated by Him. Uh, but still, because those souls are, just after she conceives them, there are a lot of big, very bad omens start happening, uh, and she holds them for 100 years in her womb, she's just not letting them come out. Uh, but in due course of time, they come out. Okay. And the first one is Hiranyaksha, and uh, he's the first demon born. Okay. Now, once he is born, he's actually uh, he he does so much of extraction of gold from the planet Earth that it changes the composition of the planet Earth. And because the composition of the planet Earth is, changed, the Earth sinks to it loses its weightlessness and then sinks to the bottom of the Garbhodak ocean. Um, he also, fights with, and then removes all the other devatas from their planets, and then they are all in exile kind of. um, Now, when this happens, after that he goes inside the water, Garbhodak ocean, and then challenges the uh, demigod of the water, Varuna, and then he says that come and fight me, and then Varuna surrenders kind of, and he says that, um, for the only person who will be of your match to fight with you is Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu. So when he appears, you actually fight with him. So Hiranyaksh then starts waiting for uh, Lord Vishnu to appear, Krishna to appear, so that he can have this fight. Now, in this whole process, there is Lord Brahma, who is meditating on, as we have read in the earlier verses of this chapter, that he's meditating on, that in this process of creation, I see that this lower planet, Earth planet, has sank into at the bottom of the uh, ocean, and how beautifully he brings Lord Krishna into the center of this meditation, and then he says that, what do I do, what can we do who are the creators? Okay. And he says that, he prays to Krishna that, please come and do something. Okay. So as we have, we hear again and again that, few of the primary reasons why Krishna appears is paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha duskritam. So here we see that, you know, because all the demigods are disturbed the um, uh, by the problems being created by these demon brothers Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. So, uh, in that process, Krishna is to appear as Lord Varahadev. Okay. Now, while uh, while Lord Brahma is meditating on this, uh, Lord Varadev appears from his nostril. And then when he appears, he's at the size of, at the tip of the thumb. He's very small. And while he's looking at him, he starts growing and growing, and then he uh, covers the entire sky. You know, he becomes, really huge. Okay. And this ferocious boar form. Okay. Now, what we can as thinking about that, why Krishna is appearing. We all can meditate on that. Why Krishna is appearing as a boar? We all know that Krishna can do any uh, action with any part of the limb. Okay, so why he has to appear as a boar? And then if he's doing um, Maharaj Acharya has explained that uh, the lower we go on the planetary system, the dirtier it is. And now Earth has sank to the bottom of the Garbhoda Kosha. Hare Krishna. So now, boar is or shukar is a right kind of body to go into the that kind of places, and that's why Krishna is taking that form. Okay. Similarly, we also see that when Mandraka mountain was to be used as a churning rod in the churning of the Kshir Sagar, milk ocean of the milk. At that time, Krishna took the form of a tortoise, a kachap. Um, so it's not that Krishna cannot have in his regular body cannot sustain the weight of Mandraka mountain. But by these examples, he's showing that depending on the situation, we have to act accordingly. Okay? That's the lesson I was trying to meditate on. So how can we practically take that? Is especially when we are visiting the temple, are we dressed up for the temple? And I know one time Devaki Nandan Prabhuji mentioned that there are different types of sevas we do in temple, and if we are coming for Sunday feast, nicely dressed up in fresh clothes, Vaishnava clothes, for Prabhuji's, Mataji's, it's dhoti kurta, with kamcha, for Mataji's, it's nice, Vaishnava dress, maybe a gopi dress or a sari. We have, nicely, taken bath. We have put on a nice, wonderful tilak. Somebody looking at this person will say, "Oh, wow! Yes, look at this personality. I want to be like that." That's no less a preaching. That's no less a service. Where we attract devotees with just the way we are dressed up. When we go, I know there are devotees who are such an impeccable way of doing the seva. Another name I would like to take is um, Virat Ru Prabhu. When he comes for Sodas Upcharas, it's you'll see his dhoti is nicely ironed, his uttariya is nicely ironed, and then he is dressed up so nicely, because it's not just that we are going to the temple and taking darshan of Lord. It's Lord also who is looking at us. Okay. And when we are going there, we should go with that mood. We should go with um, that kind of preparation. Okay? Um, we shouldn't just haphazardly put on something. Yes, or we make sure that it's clean. Otherwise, it's definitely an aparat. But at the same time, we should also try to dress up. Okay, Um so that think we can think about it this way: that if we have an audience with the president or prime minister of a country, will we just haphazardly wear something and then go? No, right? So if that's the case with somebody whose position is just temporary um, and limited, when we are going to meet somebody whose position is permanent and unlimited, uh, then how should we be looking and how should we be behaving? Yeah. So I just wanted to highlight this point, because here's uh, when I was reading about this, I was thinking that why is Lord Varah there? He's coming in the form of Varah, or Shukar. Why Meenarup? Why Kachaprup? You know, and this was this is what I was thinking that must be the reason. Yeah. Also, then I listened to a few lectures, and it was mentioned that yes, because the earth is at a very dirty place, so Lord Vara took that form. After that, he goes on, and then he brings the planet Earth back to, and then while he's bringing back up, he's challenged by um, Hiranyaksh, and then Lord Varadev kills him and then pierces him with his tusk. Okay. In this huge, ferocious form. Before that, there's a huge fight which happens, and yep, that's what happens. So with this, we have 3 minutes left. So I quickly want to wrap up and highlight that this is um, this is a wonderful pastime where Lord Varadev is appearing and then saving the earth from the bottom of the ocean, bringing it back, putting it into its own position, in the position where it belongs, and uh, with this pastime, he's enchanting the hearts of the devotees, because no matter what is the form, devotees know that uh, it's all divya, it's all auspicious, you know, uh, because it is the Lord who is in that form. When Lord Nrsimhadev is appearing, big lion-like form, half lion, half human form, uh, Prahladev, Prahlad Maharaj is there, and he's not scared about it. You know, so much so that even Mother Lakshmi Devi is scared, but being a pure devotee, and then we see that all the devotees, we have so many wonderful pastimes that devotee kids are in so much love with Lord Nrsimhadev, and there are numerous occasions where we hear that in a very wonderful fashion Lord Nrsimhadev has protected devotees. Yeah. So that I would like to take a pause here. If there are any corrections, realizations, comments, please share. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Akhilesh Krishna Babu. Thank you very much for enlivening us from India. We
Yes,
see, a,
Prabhuji.
we see a wonderful photos in Varanasi, rowing the boat across the Ganges. Hari Hari.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Roji. Yes, I got some opportunity to serve my parents and have some dham yatra and darshan as well with him.
Spend valuable time there. Yes. Serving the parents in this most amazing way is very nice to take them for different places for yatra. Yeah. Okay. We'll wish you all a safe and Krishna conscious day ahead. A very auspicious day. There are a few till above Mahotsav day today. Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj's disappearance day. Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj is the spiritual master, Shiksha Guru of Bhakti Vinod Thakur. And we see the Guru Parampara on the rightmost side is Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. He confirmed the birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when Bhakti Vinod Thakur took him in a basket. At that time he was, I believe, 120 years old or more, and could not walk. So when Bhakti Vinod Thakur took him at that place, immediately he jumped out and started dancing, saying, "Yeah, this is the place, this is the place." Yeah, so that's Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj and our Tamal Krishna Maharaj, dear disciple of founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada, who has done such amazing service for Srila Prabhupada, for spreading Krishna consciousness, preaching in China, personal servant of Srila Prabhupada, many places. The entire Texas Yatra is even right now is growing. It's by the inspiration of Tamal Krishna Maharaj. So that is also his disappearance day today. And there's also disappearance day of Rashikananda Prabhu, who is the disciple of Shyamananda Prabhu, who was spreading Krishna consciousness so widely that the local administrators became envious and they sent an elephant to kill him. And in turn, he tamed the elephant, gave him the mantra, and initiated even an elephant in chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So, very auspicious day. Alrighty. And on that note, we would like to offer our prayers to the Supreme Lord by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jai Narsingha,
Jai Narsingha, Shri Narsingha, Jai Narsingha Deva, Praladesha, Jaya Padma, Mukha Padma, Bringa.
Ugraviram
Ugraviram Mahavishnu Jalantam Sarvabhautamaham Narsingham Bhishanam Bhadram Mrityam Namamiham.
Narsingha Bhagwan ki Jai.
Jai.
Maharaj ki
Jai.
Let us offer our humble obeisances at the lotus feet of all the assembled Vaishnavas.
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhya cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
की
Jai
ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की
Jai
गंगा प्रभुपाद की
Jai
गौर प्रेमानंदे
Hare
Hari
Hare
Bol.
Hare Krishna. Thank you,
Hare
everybody.
Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Akhilesh Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.